In this video, we are going to show you how to install a MinIO AIStor from the Amazon Web Services Marketplace. First, in order to install it, you need to find the offering in the amazonwebservices.com/marketplaces. Go to the kind of offer. It is a container offer, so you can go clicking here, or you can go here down into the listing filters and search for storage. Then you could go and check for MinIO or just pricing and bring your own license. In all delivery methods, we are going to choose container image, right? So listing here, we have the MinIO AIStor marketplace offering. Click on that. Then there is the listing of MinIO AIStor, and you can find under the details of this offer. This is the latest version we have installed here. So going down to the release version, there is install instructions. The AIStor is compatible with Kubernetes, so it is installable on Amazon AKS and Amazon AKS Anywhere. As a container offering, you can execute the creation of the resources of Kubernetes, such as stateful sets, daemon sets, so on and so forth, by using these instructions, install instructions. Click on View Purchases Options. This model is a bring your own license model, so you don't have to pay anything upfront. Next, click the Accept the Terms. And we are choosing to accept this offering. It's loading the terms and conditions, and just take a minute to activate. There we go. Already is effective, activated, and we have no expiration date. Then we continue with the configuration. On the configuration, we're going to show you the instructions how to install the AIStor. We have a customization installation. As a container offer, what you do is download the containers and install them into your environment. MinIO AIStor is a Kubernetes compatible project, so it's going to be compatible with Amazon AKS Anywhere, or even a self-managed Kubernetes. Last release is the November 2024. We continue to launch this version. Click on the usage instructions. As a AKS compatible software, you're gonna need AKS cluster. You can follow the following link instructions to create an AKS cluster here and on the Amazon Web Services documentation. So prerequisites, steps to install, everything is here. Once we have an AKS cluster created, or you can also create an AKS Anywhere, which is a AKS cluster running on your own infrastructure. Also, documentation is here. Please take a look. And whenever you have already the AKS cluster, then we are ready to install MinIO AIStor on that. For that, we need to have access to the cluster. For the access to the cluster, the instructions on how to update the kubeconfig using the AWS CLI command line is in here. So this is the instruction, AWS AKS update kubeconfig. We are going to execute that, and then after gaining access to the cluster, we are going to create the installation. And installation is by running this other command, kubectl apply, and this is a customization, which means it's going to be a conglomerate of various resources to be created there. So let's get hands-on. First, I already created an AKS cluster. Let me show you here. The AKS cluster is called Enterprise. And it's a very simple AKS cluster. It's just Kubernetes 1.0 version. And I have a couple of compute machines. It's a set of 8 machines. We're going to install AIStor on this cluster. For that, we need to have access to this cluster. Let's get access. Using AKS update queue config. Here is the comment. AWS profile. This is the profile where I have the credentials, access key, and secret key to connect to this Amazon account. AKS update kubeconfig, and then the name, -- name is the parameter name for my cluster. The cluster name is enterprise. Just by running this command, click. There we go. We already have the kubeconfig file with the configuration to connect to this cluster. You can see that because it's nano.cube/config. Here we can see the certificate authority, the cluster, the user, and then for the credentials, there is another hacky thing to have the credentials here, right? Okay, so we already have the kubeconfig file, which is the default file. And if we execute, for example, the command kubectl get namespaces, there we go. We have the namespaces for the AKS cluster. Next step is going to be to install the AIStor using the kubectl AKS, which is going to go to resources AKS. This is the path where we have a customization specifically for AKS. We run it. And there we go. All the resources required for MinIO AIStor to be created are there already. It's a service, it's a stateful set, some cluster role, service account, custom resource definition. That's it. Everything is there. Now, if we consult the namespaces, there is a new namespace called AIStor. And we check inside this namespace. We'll search for the AIStor namespace for pods. There we have the AIStor port. Also, there is a service. The service for AIStor and AIStor headerless. Well, we need to access that. The AIStor is a UI, and so we can do a port forward. Let's do it with a kubectl port forward. There we go. We can access in the local host with 8444 port. Let's do it. Localhost 8444. Here we are. In order to be able to use AIStor, we need to activate it. You can get a license by getting in contact with MinIO, or you can also request as a test or a trial license into the MinIO.com, min.io/pricing. You can scroll down after the calculator and hardware recommendation. Send you all instructions, everything you need, including the license to activate MinIO AIStor. Okay, so we have already the license here. We are gonna try with one of the trial licenses. Let me copy that. Then we paste it and click continue. Who's going to be the administrator? And let's put Pedro MinIO and set at administration password. Finish setup. Now the installation is complete. Let's go and log in into the MinIO AIStor application. We introduce the username and password we created in the previous step and click on login. After login, there we go. We are in the UI. The only cluster we have here is the local site, which is an Elastic Kubernetes Services cluster. And the cluster asks us if we would like to manage volumes on this site. For now, we are going to say no. And would you like to enable encryption on this site? For now, I'm going to say no. And there we go. If I click on nodes, I can show you we have 8 nodes which correspond to the AKS cluster nodes we have in the cluster. And if we check on the AKS cluster, here it is, nodes and price, compute, we can see are the same nodes we have in here. So this is it. From here, you can create the different resources and applications that MinIO AIStor comes with. And that can be Object Store, Key Manager, Load Balancer, all the suite of services and products that includes with this application. This is it. Thank you for watching this video.